They say to document that process, And it definitely served as a good reminder to just check in, say hey. Hi, y'all. This week is August 29th is today, the week of the 28th. The last day in the second quarter? No, that's September is the last day in the third quarter. Anywho. We had to make an impromptu trip to Virginia to get help from grandma, my mommy, to help with the kiddo. And just shout outs to all the parents, because it's super hard. Shout out to everybody, and especially the parents who have to juggle work and care. Parents and caregivers, because it may not be your child necessarily that you're providing care for, but and balancing the two is super hard, especially during COVID. But even though we're, I guess, out of COVID, I don't know. I'm trying to stay clean and clear, shawty. But yeah, we still had an amazing trip. Went to 2 Salesforce user groups. Shout out to the DC Salesforce user community. I guess I wonder, I always think about, should it really be user and admin community? Both, right? Don't know. But yeah, the energy was great. The networking was awesome. The learnings were amazing. I had so many great conversations, met so many new faces, and got some great leads from one of the VPs of security at Salesforce, and we appreciate anyone that shares information about Ideas Lab, what we're doing, what we're looking to accomplish. It's a blessing. It's a blessing. So we're just grateful, and we continue to stay 10 toes down, work, enjoy ourselves. And also we're planning to do this weekend, do some business development and a different type of setting environment where bosses, execs entertain themselves, just to network, have a little team outing, and more importantly, just to continue to stay active, stay engaged. This week we have been wrapping up our Pardot, not going to say wrapping up, but making more progress on our clients and MailChimp to Pardot integration, and already starting to plan for their goals of migrating it from Pardot to Marketing Cloud. It's never necessarily our recommendation to make one implementation just so in the next 6 to 12 months we're making a migration to another tool. But we always give our recommendation, but at the same time, what the client wants is what the client wants. So we try to be very thorough in providing our recommendations and reasoning, raising our voice, raising our concerns, because we want the best for our clients, and to save them headache and time and money. But it's their decision, and it's still been a good process for us of learning Pardot, preparing our own documentation and recommendations and research. So still a win-win. If we're doing work on behalf of the client, it's a win-win. Our goal is to do our best in helping them drive and scale impact. So what else has been going on? It's time to re-up our merch, to provide just some thank yous for people and organizations that have been supporting us. Been doing some scouting around blockchain, NFTs, Web3, scouting and research. On behalf of Ideas Lab, I am serving as an advisor for 2 organizations in that space. And definitely it provides us the ability to, again, learn, document, and start building how we want to operate in that space, and recommendations for especially nonprofits that are receiving donations in cryptocurrency, donations in NFTs, launching projects with different companies where the kind of launch merch or gift or token is through an NFT. We want to be aware of what's going on and always looking for ways, not just to do everything, but like I definitely know, like with blockchain, there's a lot of opportunity and space to have more data control for citizens, and opportunity for companies to provide those that they are selling and, getting revenue from the data, and other utility from the data, from citizens' data, that the citizens become a part of that exchange and receive credit and monies and royalty from them being the source. All right, it's like extracting from the earth, but to sell gold or sell diamonds. But it's like we should be replenishing earth, replenishing those that are the source of, those goods and services. So just my spiel. I definitely feel like there's some projects that I like to develop within Ideas Lab around how we foster a community, whereas we're engaging with people in our social media, within our clients, in our own events and platforms, that we create that kind of royalty situation and program opportunity for those that are sharing and providing us their ideas, because there's value in that data itself, in that partnership. So that's on the horizon. Starting to do just like a wrap up for end of the year. Definitely next year, and this year, like really want to do more like podcasting and content creation. So I definitely want to start looking at some marketing partners. Ideally, it'd be somebody in-house, and they can be, honestly, they'd be the face of it, and we, kind of create our behind-the-scenes content with myself and that person, but allowing that person to kind of be the face. So we're scaling and providing so many people opportunity to really have leadership and their expertise be in the world's ecosystem too. We've been busy, and it's been awesome, and looking forward to just working towards trying to onboard at least 2 new clients next year. Again, we're starting very small, for intentional purposes, to really make sure that we have the operations set correctly in-house now, so that as we scale, we'd be Gucci, we'd be good. There's always challenges, there's always things to change, always things to improve, but the goal is to start strong and finish on top, right? So, so next year, we're definitely going to be looking at more marketing and some product development, specifically, products around 5-10K for nonprofits and small businesses, primarily using Salesforce to expedite some of their builds, especially within nonprofits. There's a lot of donors. It just seems like a more and more common trend for large donors to really want to see the one-to-one relationship between their dollars and the nonprofits, not just like how they earmark that money, but like the impact that those dollars go to, and other data reporting around that quickly, right? So like within like, you have a month to get this stuff together, and it takes a lot of man hours to prepare that, especially if you have a national, multi-state, multi-country entity. Sometimes the systems are just segregated, and that's just not scalable. And so we want to probably start looking at some data tools, but really some processes to help pull and to sync that data through. So we'll be doing a lot of research, applying for a few grants to help us. Like, again, our mission is always, we want to scale, we want to drive social and economic impact. So a tool that will allow nonprofits to easily apply for grants, create grant templates, basically from the data that they have, and let the data, not about telling the story, but like data showing the impact. Where are the gaps? Where are the strong points? And regardless of strengths or weaknesses, the opportunity is always, how can we do more? So from a small business perspective, that's really interesting, because so much of it really does depend on industry. Unless we're talking about like general management and operations and revenue tools, which really come down to same type of principles around reporting and data analysis, data capture, and reporting, to be able to see at a high and micro level how the business is doing. So that's kind of the vision I have at the moment, but we always know change is constant, and we always bake in time to pivot or to take on additional work that are huge opportunities. So we'll see how next year rounds out, but nonetheless, this year has been great. It's had its ups and downs and twists and turns, but another day, another year to be here, be present, and to continue to work in excellence, strive for excellence, and support our clients it's great. And next year, maybe even this year, like, we definitely want to do some more like events too, and not a huge commitment there, but starting to really look at some space in organizing and facilitating events ourselves to support the Salesforce community, but the general nonprofit, small business, entrepreneur, startup space for people to come together, but we're really workshopping and helping them think through their top goals, problems, and priorities. So there's always more to come. Again, someone asked me, how is it that you kind of manage all these different things in different perspectives, still being a mom and just a person, like, wanting to live. And my answer is that we make time the constraint. So we really constrain how much time we have available and are expected to work, which automatically is like, okay, if we know we have shorter amount of time to accomplish our goals, that just helps with priority. So it's not a common trend, something that we're definitely trying to popularize more of, like, really shortening the work expectancy in order to be more efficient in use of time and effort and energy, and doing that alone increases productivity. But it's hard work. So whatever time you think you have, cut it in half. That way it allows you to have some bandwidth to take on new opportunities as they come up, and time to reflect and plan and prepare ahead. So that's all. Be blessed. See you later.